part 2. We're gonna go with combat for the German AI now, starting turn 2. I'm gonna go with combat resolution close the delay 3, which is fairly rapidly. We'll see, and see if we can pause. I think you wanna, when you stream this, I think you wanna zoom in to the maximum like this. So I'm sure I've forgotten 100 things, but let's go. Here comes the Germans. See if I got the epic pen. Yeah, I can draw on the map while we watch the combats. First AI goes through a lot of stuff here. Repair depots. Now remember, the AI is quite a lot stronger even than it is in if you play a head-to-head game with 100 difficulty score. This is 120 difficulty German attack that's coming. But it has the reduced defensive retreat losses setting activated. As you can see here, we have a huge Soviet pocket, probably called the Bialystok pocket, or maybe the Minsk pocket. I think historically the Germans made one pocket, Bialystok, 300,000 prisoners, then another around, was it 150 here and 150 in Minsk? Can't remember. Now we have some air power. I guess they, yeah, they're still in Germany. Air warfare is, I'm not very good at that in this game. Scouting, it's a bit boring. Might skip ahead in the video if you don't like watching AI scout the map. It's gonna be quick. I can't even remember what I did with my air forces. Okay. They're cleaning out a level 2 fort, and it held. That's nice. The security regiment, another held. And up until turn, is it 11 or something? These divisions, they respawn automatically for free. Retreat inside the pocket, another level 2 fort that I let sit on the border, another held result. Alright, what I tried to do in the pocket was create a skirmish line around, and I left the Bialystok supply depot, so there's some supply in the pocket. And now they're opening their offensive into Arabia in the south. Ooh, nice, strong cavalry division there, and a held result. Great. A rout, 1600 losses. This is the pocket in the Baltics. A retreat, okay. These are priority attacks, and I'm quite sure what that means. To me, it seems like the AI. This isn't only. Oh, we have 2nd Panzer Division regiment breaking across the river, killing. This is hopefully gonna kill off the Baltic Railroad, the combats in these main, call it railroad hexes, because otherwise the Germans might capture them intact if you do not see them without the combat. What's this? Pocket. Yeah, he's pushing me into the pocket. Because I placed it so that the German infantry coming from west to east were to have to fight their way towards Minsk as much as possible. Combat delay is lower though with the settings. I mean, these troops are they're dead anyway, so maybe they can rout outside of the pocket. That would be good. Unless they're isolated, of course. Most of them aren't, I think. Never know. Lots of marching sounds. No. Okay, let's pause that. Was that an important attack? This is a Panzer Division regiment attacking a 24th Rifle Division. Where's the attack? In this hex here? where we're at. Oh, okay. So these are just encircled troops south of Minsk. If they route, they probably route outside the... No, they're not routing outside the pocket. That's a shame. Oh, see? You route... It's a security regiment, so it's very small unit. But still, it routed outside, so whatever remains, probably not a lot. Another route, security regiment. Oh, we lost everything but 20 men or so. Okay. We're now in the south. Oh, we got a held result. That slows down the Germans just a tiny bit. Retreat, it's fine. Retreat. We're inflicting some losses here on the Germans. Just a tiny bit. A hell result. So I do not regret sacrificing troops sitting in forts on the perimeter of the pocket. Now, against the human player, he will probably just encircle the whole thing and let them rot on the vine for a couple of turns and then clean them out. So I guess the AI is doing a worse job at cleaning out. But he's at 120 in strength for everything, morale and etc. So that should compensate a bit. Retreated inside the pocket, unfortunately. So they're gonna be dead soon. Another route inside the pocket, unfortunate, instead of out. Another route inside the pocket. And but these German troops are fighting to eliminate the pocket, not advancing towards Moscow. Am I right? Got a motorized regiment here under the blue army. Could that be? Is it Fusilier? No, I don't know. Tank division routed. Did a route outside. Let's close that. 121st Rifle Division has fairly good strength, 7,000 left. It routed. Could it have routed outside the pocket? Maybe. Maybe. Oh, look at this. It seems like it's staying inside. But I wonder if German troops were to advance next to a routed unit, would it take losses and retreat and route outside the pocket now? So you can see the combat resolution numbers are always 1, very low. That's how we're setting it for this campaign. From the new beta settings that you can have. Grodno has a 2 today. They suffered more losses than they had in their entire fort zone. 10,000 troops surrendered. A retreat. Okay, inside the pocket here. Okay, we see some routed troops to the east of the Minsk Bialystok pocket, which means they managed to route outside of the open pocket. Parts of it was open. Now they're cleaning out. Oh, look at this! This is so funny. They retreated. A security regiment retreated. So they survived for now. They're routed, and there's no troops in them, but routed again outside of the pocket. They didn't encircle the both pockets. They're probably gonna die later anyways, but another route, 9 out of 10,000, so okay. Okay, alright. So I had two infantry divisions that I unfortunately could not get on rail and rail out. So I had to move them the maximum amount behind the river. I think they were sitting on a level 1 fort. No, maybe not. So in this case, I lost 7,000 out of 6,000 and 170 artillery out of 140. So even though they're in supply behind the river, turn 2, they take and I have the low retreat losses. They lose more than their entire existing TOE. How is that possible? I mean, my combat value is 1 to their 191. It's a full motorized division attacking, so it's very strong. But, you know, what is the difference with the lower retreat losses setting? Not a lot. I think that was just one of the forts. Here comes the panzer divisions. You know, I'm slowing them down. As long as these are forts that I cannot disband, they slow down the tanks a little bit. But soon they're gonna reach my retreating mechanized and tank divisions here. Oh, cool! We haven't had a retreat, not a rout. We stopped a panzer regiment from the 13th Panzer Division, I think here. And instead of routing, we only lost 165 men. Look at the combat value, 64,000 to 0, and yet we got, it's a 99 to 0, and yet we got a fairly good combat result. Could it be the level 1 fort that went down to 0? I don't know. The combat engine is a bit weird, but I'm sure it's all good. This is a good result for me, very good. Where did they end up? Is it this one? I guess we're seeing this from the... No, we're seeing this from the Soviet perspective since we're playing the Soviets. I can see all my troops. I can't see the Germans. But it would be nice if you shown where did he retreat and what is exactly is the combat hex. It should be this one because the air support is heading to this hex, right? Now they're reaching Rokov. What's the name of this city here? We get a held result? Yes! Heroes of the Soviet Union. Medals for everyone. 62 combat value. Kleist. Motorized regiment from the 25th Motorized Division. Fights a tank division with 400 tanks. And I guess there's a rifle division stacked with it. Maybe that's a routed division that I was protecting. Where's the combat? How would I find... See, we got 126. So that was a bad attack AI. I guess a human player would not do this. They lose 20 men, so the defense... The losses are negligible, but the morale victory of a proper 41st Tank Division, I wonder if 50 is their combat value, right? It's not their morale. And the leader is Kondrusev. I don't know who that is. He's probably not a very good leader since I don't know his name. You tend to learn. And we suffer such few losses, such low losses. I love this. Let's remember 31st Tank Division. They're gonna be on the front page of Pravda in Moscow tomorrow. Boom. A retreat! Only 57 tanks lost. Is it a held? Oh my god, look at this. What is it? Oh, it's a 43rd Tank Division. 200 Soviet tanks fight off another... It's the same stupid motorized regiment under Kleist, and we get a held result. Oh my god, this is so good. Okay, retreat. Decent losses. That was the first time. Okay, I think I am noticing a certain reduction in retreat losses. in previous versions I used to play, you would lose almost as much as if you were eliminated every single, more or less every single combat. Now you're getting much more decent. Of course, you're retreated, you lose morale, you get a lot of fatigue, you lose some troops, but this feels just a tiny bit more realistic. Will it imbalance the game for the Germans, making it too hard? I don't know. Let's find out. They're breaking down and killing the fort zones. There's no way I can disband these fort zones, and I think they're kind of useful for slowing down the Panzer spearheads a bit. Now they're pushing the border in Bessarabia in the south and killing all the fort battalions. We get a rout. See, we lost, even though we lost over 5,000 from I guess a decent rifle division. But at least we didn't lose 9,000, we only lost 5,000. And considering we had a combat value of 190 for the Germans and 27 down to 1, I think this is kind of a surprise value. Barbarossa, first and second turn. This is the first turn in the south. I don't know how you can get this low. It is, after all, in forts across the river. So I think these are like this is the second turn, but it's the first turn in the south. Maybe it's a special surprise rule or something. Okay, we get a rout. Another rout of our division. A scout result? What the hell? That counts as a held. Another held. Okay, so what is this? Look, we're building up to 3. Okay, they're not gonna pass through this hex again, but this is the 30th Mountain Rifle Division. One scouting and 2 held. The morale of this guy is gonna be insane. Von Salmuth is a good leader, isn't he? But he's attacking with a Romanian regiment. Well, no wonder I'm farming him for... yeah, the AI is worse than a human player. We got a rout. They're pushing Kishinev here. The Romanian tank division. We get a held result. A border regiment fighting cavalry brigade at the border. Is it another held? I don't know. Where is this? Where we're fighting now? Oh, you can see. Is it up here? Yes, it is. Okay, so there is a combat symbol in the hex, but it's not centered. You have to find it manually. If you do this kind of, I guess most people don't watch these combats that much. They just watch the result after the turn. But we have a Romanian cavalry brigade, the 5th, fighting. I guess I don't care about these guard and KVD border guard attachments. It's a held. Okay. Well, you know, it's a bit of a slowdown here in the north of the Romanian front. And you know, that's fine. I'm happy with that. A rout result. This division held. I'd rather have him retreat, to be honest. Come on, retreat. He's gonna be encircled. Yeah, better you retreat towards Odessa. Thank you. Okay, so he ended up here, protecting the supply routes. Retreat! Stupid division. Yeah, he's good at fighting, but I want him to retreat. No, he's encircled. Shit. Maybe this mech guy can open up the pocket to him, because considering how many battles he's winning, you don't want him to die or get surrounded, isolated, and eliminated and surrender. Is that it? Assault enemy weak points. Now, so that was it. We got some air supply to outside Warsaw. I think I'm very happy with this. They didn't push the river lines, the secondary lines yet. They're just... This is a good turn. But I did run away most of the time. I fell back very far. So thank you for watching. I'm probably gonna spend a little bit of time. Let's see how long this stream has been so far. It's been 20 minutes. So once the Germans are done, we're gonna do an overview. See what we can surmise from this combat. The German attack. I guess we should make it turn 2 save as well. In case someone watches this in the future and has questions like, how many tanks did you have on the map at the start of turn 2? Yeah, I'll just check my old save there. June 29th. And okay, let's start with the save. Turn 2 start, or I will forget it. We have 154,000 losses. I don't think that's too bad for the second turn. 1,000 tanks and 3,000 artillery pieces. We only are down 68,000 on the map. So even though we have a lot of losses, we have reinforcement that compensates for that. And we have a 75,000 Axis losses this turn. No. That is map positive. They get 75,000 stronger. Sorry. Only a few tanks. Okay, we lost 4,000 planes. No. We didn't lose. We removed 4,000 planes from the map into the reserve pool to rest and refit. Logistics units. Are these trucks or supplies? Don't know. Okay. The events, now we got Finland declares war. I think this is a new one. Wolf's Lair. I think this is a new one. Do you want me to read it? This one is definitely new for me. Something with the United States. So they have these, okay, situation report. This one is probably not new, right? 3.8 million men, impressive. 600,000 horses, 600,000 vehicles. That's impressive. Okay, so look, the AI is so bad that it didn't close this pocket here. That is extremely bad AI behavior. It has a scripted turn 1. Jesus, this almost feels like cheating playing versus the AI. Jesus, that's so bad. How about in the south? They didn't manage to close the pocket around these troops around here. I think a human player would have succeeded in doing that. But it doesn't really matter. The only worthwhile stuff down here are these 2 infantry divisions, and they have kind of killed them off already. But I'll show you my secondary fort line, defense line here. I left a bunch of semi-decent tank formations. As you can see, that gamble worked off. They didn't manage to break through a lot of trash, rivers, zonal controls, starting fort zones. They attacked 1 or 2 attacks, but not very successful because these southwestern front tanks are quite strong in some cases. So I guess I managed to slow down. If I had just pulled back even further, the Panzer spearheads would have been even further east. So maybe a hex or 2 here and there. I slowed them down. And I think that would have worked fairly well versus a human player as well. He probably could have done a few attacks, maybe better attacks than the AI, but he probably wouldn't have been able to encircle or even half encircle, slow down some tanks here. Maybe not, I don't know. He's pushing through along the main railroad line. So that's what I expect to happen. I'm still holding Stanislav, and Stanislav is not encircled or isolated yet. So I guess that's pretty good. How about, oh, this hero division here, the 25th Rifle Division. I might be able to move him one step to the east and then open it up with something else so he doesn't get killed this turn. Alright. Yeah, strong Panzer spearheads heading towards the Smolensk land bridge. But there's quite a few hexes left in the south. I probably will dare to leave some skirmish defenses along the lower part of Dnieper here. Okay, this is looking good. So my pocket is slowing him down. I like it. I like what I'm seeing. But of course, this is going to be very dangerous here up in the north. And around Skov, we have a motorist division here that's reached, and he has formed a bridgehead. He hasn't crossed yet. You know, I should probably... Yeah, I'm probably going to do some scouting in this area here, because I'm curious how much... He's not advancing with any forces up towards Tallinn into the Baltics, so I'm guessing he has a lot of strong motorized forces in this area. But it would be nice to know how much I'm gonna fall back or at all. Just for laughs, let's do some graphs. Yeah, we're up 200,000 troops. But we're down not a lot on the map. And I'm gonna deploy more. Did we get... No, I did not get to reinforce on the map anything this turn, because they were locked in the Soviet reserve. But now I have like 18 or something fairly nice Soviet infantry divisions to place on the map. But we did have... You can see a lot of white stuff here. And we got some armies as well. And corps. What else did we get? I don't know. Where are my reinforcements? All right. I think this mech division is a reinforcement, so I have to rail them. What do you feel about the 120 strength German AI? Is it stronger but too stupid to even contemplate playing versus AI? I think this game has a better AI than many other games. It's not perfect by any means, but it's decent, and now it's attacking instead of defending. It's even better when you play against the Soviets. That was turn 1 combats. Let me know in the comments if there's something you want to see from this save, and I'll try to repost some information in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I will be seeing you in the next one.